Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Love from Afar's Recovery Cafe here at the Victory Worship Center in Tucker. I'm glad you all could join and stay on live with us tonight. It's always a pleasure. Hey, it's a new year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy 2026.
Yes, we're so excited to be here. And as you see, we're doing something a little different. And that's what we're going to do. Throughout this year, we're going to give it to you what you're looking for. We always get the DMs and the questions on what it is that you guys like to see and talk about. And I thought we were going to start the year out with something profound, right? I think that we have to understand. So let's start out with our intros. Of course, I'm Dr. Cynthia Williams, the grief and trauma specialist here at Victory Worship Center. And I have the VP of my organization,
Woo, woo.
Mr. David Purdo. So excited to have you in the building.
Thank you.
What's huge about Dave sitting here today is you guys always talk to me. You always get a chance to talk to me and ask me questions, and I'm grateful. I want you to know that I love it. I see your messages, and I respond. Y'all know I respond. And I want y'all to know that we have to start meeting the masses where they are, right? I think it's important that we leave no one left behind. No children or no adults.
No, that's right. Exactly.
Right? No children or no adults. But I thought it was time, with everything going on in the world, to give the men a voice. I think it's important that we got the world shifting with the government, the world shifting in families, the world shifting in corporations, homes. Everywhere you go, our men are under attack.
That's right. That's right.
And what people are not recognizing is that they've been under attack since they were born.
Correct.
Right? I thought we would do something where we needed to introduce a platform that God has placed on your heart very heavy.
Yes, thank you.
And I think it's time that we no longer wait to introduce your platform. I think it's well overdue, yes. Right? And I love the fact that we want to thank the people that have come in and sat with us in the audience. And just so y'all know, y'all are always welcome to meet us here at the Victory Worship Center in Tucker, 1722 Montreal Circle. You are always welcome to come and meet us here in the sanctuary, and we will be here to answer questions. Our profound man of God, Pastor Tony Roberts, we just want to applaud him and thank him for being the visionary behind our walk and the things that he wants to see in the church and evolve in the community, in the area, not just Tucker, Georgia, but the city of Atlanta.
Amen.
And through the state. And it's just amazing that his vision is stretching beyond what God has for us all.
Yes, yes.
But I think I want you to share what we're doing this year, starting today, throughout this year to help the men in our world.
Praise God. Thank you, Dr. Williams. Please excuse my voice. God has put it on my heart to launch this, the real men being real. When God gave that to me, I didn't really know what that was about. And as I unfolded it in my mindset, even though I prolonged, it really kind of resonated something powerful about being real as a man. Okay. We wake up every morning, whether people know it or not, automatically in defense mode. Automatically.
Out your sleep.
Out your sleep.
Okay.
We wake up in defense mode and go into protection. More so even sleep in protection, because when we're asleep, especially us that have families or if you're married, you don't really sleep as a man, you rest.
Okay.
Because you're still listening for, predators, things outside, if your family is moving, if the kids are moving. But we wake up that way because we're in defense mode of protecting our manhood.
The soldier in you.
Yes. Because if you think about it, every time we go somewhere, we have a defense up kind of somewhat to make sure you don't disrespect me.
Okay.
You don't talk to me a certain kind of way. You don't get in front of me. You don't cut me off. You don't be disrespectful to my children or my wife, or so be it. But we automatically wake up in that vein, and that's tough.
Yeah.
especially if we're not that kind of man.
What's not that kind of man, though?
Well, you have men that's very passive,
Okay.
right? And when you're that way, you just don't have that aggressiveness every time you move,
Okay.
everywhere you go, even in the home. I heard the older people would say, that's a henpecked man.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Right.
I've heard that.
They would call that. And what I took from that in the countryside of states, that man wasn't really the person who gets the last say. And I'm not saying that every man must get the last say.
Right.
Let's be clear. But I'm saying that some men are passive and they don't really voice their opinion. They don't really have that stance to say, okay, well, I ain't fooling with him. He's kind of look like he ain't going to play no games.
It's funny that you say that because we pick it up. There are some men that when they walk in the house or they walk in the spot, their presence says enough.
Clear.
Right? There are some men that when they say something, their voice have said enough.
Sometimes they could just give you that look.
That look, right? But it's some that just say they said something and the rebuttal don't come back.
Right.
Nope. Everybody knows, bow face, he said what he said.
That's right.
Right? Now you're saying there are those men who their voice wasn't enough and the person they're conversating with takes over and leads.
Right. They know that. They know that. And when I say someone, it could be the spouse.
Okay.
It could be the son. It could be your wife's son, not your son, but your wife's son.
Yeah.
He could be very protective of his mother. So he has a more protection, aggressive demeanor. And if it's a passive man, they take advantage of him. But he still wakes up in defense mode because now he has to be defensive of what may come up the next day in his home. Is my wife going to say something disrespectful? Is her son going to talk to me a certain kind of way? Am I have to deal with this particular coworker that takes advantage because I'm quiet? So that defense mode, we wake up in that mode every day, and that becomes a lot. And I think that from the Real Men Being Real platform, we want to get men in the room to voice those opinions in those situations, and how can we help that all men in whatever area we're talking about to overcome that obstacle.
Well, it sounds as if men lose their voice.
Yes.
When they have to be in defense mode, right? It's almost like I should have said this.
Right.
But it's too late. And then it's almost like if I say something and I'm keeping the conversation going, but to shut yourself down, right? Because someone aggressively took the conversation makes them lose their voice.
That's exactly
which
right.
probably lowers the manhood.
Yes, it lowers the self-esteem. It lowers the manhood. And it's funny you said that. I remember a joke someone told me one time. They got pulled over. There's 4 men in the car, and the police came up and said something to the driver, blah, blah, blah. And he went around to the other side, to the passenger side, and he said something to him, and he slapped him for no reason. And he asked him, he said, man, why did you slap me like that? He said, because we pulled off, you was going to be the first one. I said, I wish he would have said something to me like that. So it's like, you already be saying, I wish he would.
Right.
Or I wish he would have said something to me that way. And that's because he was passive. He really didn't have the galls to say something right then.
Right.
And sometimes it does take for a person. See, for me, I'm overly, like I go from 0 to 100 in a situation. That's a bad quality I have. I need to kind of wait, think about it, watch what I say.
Okay.
Figure out a better way to respond. But I have such a issue from my past of being disrespected.
Okay.
So that triggers me to immediately go into protection mode.
Okay.
You know?
Now, understanding that, right? Why was it always important for you to defend your view in the world, because that's kind of like every man, right? It's not a you thing. I notice it with men. This simple thing, right? Yeah. Men are walking, they at the gas station, they get out their car. It's another dude at the pump. And what you looking at? What you looking at?
Right.
Just out the gate.
Protection.
You don't even, right.
Defense.
No, y'all don't even know.
Defense.
Exactly. It's like, why are you defending that
when it's nothing
to a perfect stranger? And there's many people who are dead because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that triggers some type of trauma that has happened before that maybe happened to them or something they've seen.
Okay.
So, and it's sad it's that way, even for me, but I think that has a lot to do with something that happened where they were disrespected.
Okay.
They couldn't defend the situation, and they said that'll never happen to me again.
Wow.
You know, even in a situation where it's maybe just you and your spouse, and she maybe unintentionally disrespected you in public.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the very next time something similar happens with you and her in public, you're going to automatically go into defense mode.
But when does one shift to know that happened that way before, how the outcome was, to say, stop, like you just said,
right,
think,
right,
like you just said, and handle it differently? Is it maturity in the men that decides, I know the last time I handled this like this, it ended up a big argument. This ain't that.
You really want to know what's going to really change that?
Yeah, I do.
We get them in this room.
Jesus. I believe that.
That's what's going to change it, when they get in this room with us and they come around other men and we talk about it. And then when it comes up, you're going to remember what you learned and what your input was and what you heard. It's going to come to memory like, wait, you remember? Wait a minute, I was just at the meeting and they said do this or try this or try that.
Yeah.
If they never get around anyone and talk about it, it's never going to change. It's always going to be that rah-rah.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it's always like a piss test. It's like, I know you have more, and I know you're this, and I know you're that. But for men, it's like, it's constant competition, right? It's almost my truck bigger than yours, or my rim's bigger than yours, or, it's this, but it's so shallow.
It's very shallow.
Right? And it's shallow because a lot of men don't even know their identity.
My God.
Right? They don't know their identity. They're defined by things.
Right.
They're defined by their past.
That's right.
Right? And they find themselves in relationships with women that they think are going to remove them from that steadfast of their trauma that's got the hold on them.
Not going to happen.
It's not going to happen, right? What would you say are a few things that men struggle with? I know we're talking about waking up defense. We know that they're here to protect. But I want to talk about, I want to create like this series of what we can tackle. And let's go with one subject. Let's start with one subject today. Keep it on the track and then lead into it. Ask some questions about it. Anybody want to respond or ask questions, put them in the chat. Drop them in the chat. We'd love to get them from you. Ask and answer. But tell me, one of the biggest things you think men struggle with in this moment? No race, no age, no gender. Black, Caucasian, whatever. What do you believe a lot of men struggle with? And then I'm going to give my view on what I think.
Respect.
That's huge.
Respect. When I'm talking to so many different brothers, it's a respect thing that they deal with so badly. And I think a lot of and I'm not condoning situations. I mean, everything has an order. But listening to so many stories about why did that happen, it's always, well, they disrespected me.
So do you think we have a question in the back?
We have a question from at Tony Sanders 7037. Actually, it's not a question. You said name some things that
Yes.
men suffer from or suffer with or struggle with.
Yes.
He said lack, and it's big. He said lack of self-respect.
That's huge.
That's huge.
Lack
That's
of
huge.
self-respect.
Absolutely.
That's huge.
Which is a great gender great notion to go into for the gender of the male, because it's taken away where the respect that people don't give you allow you to lose it in yourself.
That's why I said and that's how it goes. Like
Yes.
when people start disrespecting you, you start thinking like, well, maybe I'm not worthy to be respected.
It's me.
It's me.
Yeah.
I'm too passive. I'm too quiet.
Yeah.
I don't deserve it. And that's so far from the truth.
Yes.
But we have to, as men, we have to look in the mirror and say, I am whoever, whatever your declaration is. I am strong.
Yeah.
I am respectful. I am this. I am that. You can't wait for someone to give it to you and tell you yourself.
That's right.
You got to know it, and if you don't know it and believe it,
Yeah.
you are going to feel lack of self-respect.
And I got to mention this, Pastor. I got to mention this. I have been teaching on what is your name. When I spoke the other day, I was at the gym and it was a room full of men, right? Probably two women, right? And I said, you know what? I think people are forgetting that they're not moving according to the name that they were given by way of their parents that's in the Lamb's Book of Life.
Wow. That's powerful.
They're missing it, right?
They're missing it.
Did you realize that your name is attached to victory and your name is attached to all of these formations of greatness, and you don't even live to that potential?
Right.
Look your name up for me, Pastor, please. Just look it up, and I want you to read it. Look up David's, because I want y'all to read them. Read what what your name means. Once you see that, you're going to then recognize how much of your life, the flaws attached to you, your mistakes, the people in these relationships, all of this stuff, right? All of this stuff has been attached to the name that you were given, and you've been moving as if you didn't even know your meaning.
Wow.
So I just looked up Tony, which is my name,
Okay.
and it means fashionable,
See?
among the wealthy, or stylish people,
See?
loyal to a fault.
Hey, see, now let's be honest with me, Pastor. We at the church and we on your platform. Did you even know that?
I had no idea.
You see what I'm
I've never
saying?
looked up my name,
Okay.
but I can see the rationale in that if you know what your name means, because you're called this all the time.
Right.
Right?
It's spoken to you all the time.
Yeah.
So if it's spoken to you enough, you'll begin to walk out what you're hearing.
Exactly.
It resonates with you.
Now, right? You knew your name all these years.
Right,
But now know the meaning attached to your name?
right.
You got to be fly every day, Pastor. Like, don't.
He think
don't-
he fly anyway.
Right. Don't try to switch up now.
He only one.
You got to stay.
He the only one in the barbershop with square toe shoes on.
You already know now. You got to stay loyal and be fly. Don't waver.
Don't waver. Don't start sagging your pants. My God. My God.
I
Man.
just bought some jogging suits. No. Look, here it is. David
Yeah.
is a classic Hebrew name meaning beloved or favorite, derived from the Hebrew word dad, and famously associated with the second king of Israel,
Come on.
a warrior poet known for defeating Goliath.
See?
The name's enduring popularity stems from its pleasant meaning and powerful biblical figure adopted widely in Christianity and in other cultures, also linked to Saint David of Wales.
Come on now. Come on now. Yeah.
And all my name means is fashionable.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
like
all
that.
you. That's all you
Like,
get.
that's it.
But you see,
So,
yeah,
so profound,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I'll tell you, I started this beginning of January, my first keynote. God laid on my spirit and said, tell people who they are. Let this be the year of execution of your purpose that's attached to your destiny by way of the name you were given.
Come on, Doc.
Because what people are missing is that a lot of these issues are self-inflicted just because you don't know who you are. And you wasted a lot of time. Now, if you go back and think about, I've been this.
I've been this all my life.
Yeah, them folks gave me this name when I was born. I don't even know why they gave me the name, but the name they gave me, I got to now walk in that. Right. I've wasted enough time being anything other than the name I was called based on its meaning.
Based on its meaning.
And how many times you say it a day? Somebody call your name all day. You might answer the phone. This is your name. What's your name? This is David. This is Cynthia. This is Tony. This is right. So you're constantly saying who you are, and God is constantly saying, "I need you to catch on to what this name means, because it's attached to where I'm taking you." So I say that to say that the self-respect is probably lost in a lot of people, but it was taken from others who don't know your name either.
Who don't know your name either.
Yes.
And I got to read this one. And I know we're focused on the brothers tonight.
No. We focus
But
on
we
the
have
meaning of the
Sister-
names.
We have Minister Taledia in the house, and it's not a common word, but it resembles the Hebrew name Talia or Talea, and it means dew of God or lamb, and is linked to the Greek name Thalea, meaning to bloom, always joyful, smiling beyond measure.
And ain't that her? Every time you see her,
That's
she
her
got
all
a
day.
pretty smile going on.
That's
Yeah,
her
just so
all
y'all
day.
know, y'all can't see her, but she's one of the most beautiful women I've seen in a while. So she's very gorgeous. She smiles all the time.
That's right.
And he just gave it to her. So
That's
just
her.
in case y'all had to visually see, y'all got to come on Sunday and y'all see her. But yeah, that's her.
And you know what's
See?
not crazy, but you know what's so I was a person, and y'all forgive me, this was a while back before I didn't know no better.
Mm-hmm.
I used to use the nigger word all the time,
Yeah.
right?
N-word.
The N-word.
The
I'm sorry,
N-word.
excuse me. Y'all
Right.
Yeah, I know.
The
forget.
N-word.
So,
It's hey,
The N-word.
work in progress.
yeah, work in progress. So the N-word was used all the time.
Yeah.
I would use it so much. And as I grew and learned better, I did better.
Yeah.
And so now, even when I got my uniform at the shop,
Yeah.
when they asked me what I wanted to put on my shirt, I put King. And it was like, well, why do you put King on your shirt? I said, because I am a king. And I want people to continue to say that
Yeah.
all the time. Now I'm going to change it back to David,
Yeah.
now that we talked about my name. But as I move around and I go places, I always say, thank you, King. Good morning, King. Because people, you don't know where that man is mentally.
Right.
And he may be in a position of feeling like he's less than,
Right.
right?
Right.
But if people start calling him something different, I mean, I never see him again.
Right.
But that one time I call him King, he may be like, you know what? My brother called me King. I'm going to look into that. Maybe I am a king.
Need to stand in this royalty.
Right.
Right. And you are a second.
I am a junior, yes.
You're a junior, right?
My
And
son is the
it's
third.
The third Trey.
Yes,
You know,
Trey.
Triple OG.
Triple OG.
Yeah.
Shout out to Triple OG.
You know, what's interesting is legacy,
Yes.
right? Now that we know the meaning, you know your name, and you have to now look up your children's names. Makes it easier for you because he's got the same name, right? But for your daughter, and Pastor Roberts, for your children, looking up your children's names, you now have to teach into legacy, right? Not teaching your kids what you think they're supposed to do. Because we got morals and values. Everybody has morals and values. The family comes from them. We create them with who we blend our families with.
Correct.
But if we now learn to teach our morals and values based on who we are, based on our name, you'll have a new trajectory of them.
That's great.
You're going to have a new setup of morals and values. Because you can't move like the Tony before. You can't move like the David before you knew the name, right? I can't move like the Cynthia I was before I recognized my name. But I literally realized the other day that we all are confused in our style in life because our parents didn't know this.
They didn't know. They had no clue.
They didn't know this, right? So the legacy is we still got the chance to pick up. Because it's one thing to say, you know, what you can help me with the scripture, whatever the scriptures say. Now, Pastor, make sure you're paying attention. I don't know what the scriptures say. But the scriptures say what you're supposed to do, what your mama tell you to do, what you don't do, you got to learn it to your children. So whatever that scripture
Train
is.
up a child in the way that
There
they
you
should
go.
go.
There you go.
And when they are old, they shall not depart from it.
There you go. Thank you. Good. See, he got his part. Hey, I'm just saying. But think about it, right?
Right.
So now, just inadvertently, you know how I move with my children. You know how I move with Courtney for definite.
Definitely.
I always wanted her to be the better part of me. Innately. No one taught me that.
Right.
It was like, oh, I was so sick of me. She can't do that.
Yeah, you don't want to repeat that.
No, it's like, no, I don't want you to do that. And people are like, why you always sound like you was a bad person? No, but I did make some bad decisions
Sure.
that I didn't want
we
my
all
daughter
did.
to suffer from.
Right.
And in order for me to make sure she didn't, a lot of people don't know, but every year on my children's birthday, I teach them who I was the year they're turning. Right. We have a whole, like today was Cameron's day. Today is Cameron's birthday. He's 29.
Happy birthday, C.
And we had to have we on the phone all morning. I'm talking about the Holy Spirit wrestled with me. I had to get out my sleep at 6 a.m. He talking about what you want, why you up? I'm like, it's your birthday.
That sound like him.
Right? But we were comfortable because I was just like, son, what you doing now? Well, what's this year about?
Yeah.
Right? How we moving? But my mind was, I wait every year for my kids to turn a year older to let them know, you might have saw some stuff coming up with me, but we both are forever evolving.
That's right. That's right.
As we're learning who we are, removing generational barriers.
Yeah.
And if we could help men just say, it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
We have men, we put on a mask that's unbelievable sometimes.
Yeah.
And we're pretending that everything is under control. We got it. We can handle it. We got the thing at work going. We got your spouse's car going. We got the kids going. We got the bills took care of, even when they're not. We're smiling when we're hurting enough to cry. And a lot of times that makes us a silent man.
Yeah, I can see that.
It makes us really silent.
Yeah.
And we try to keep the mask over our face so we don't seem like we're broken.
If I can impart something right there.
Absolutely.
Because
Yes, sir.
at Tony Sanders 7037 said that low self-esteem is the biggest killer among any person, man or woman.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree, Tony Sanders. And because low self-esteem is it's depicted based on what people say about you. And they lower it for you. But when you find who you are in yourself, can't nobody tell you who you are, good, bad, or indifferent. Because one, you know who you are. You know the things you do that don't nobody know. You know the flaws you feel like you have that people see because it exudes out of you. But a lot of things is just a lot of guilt. People hold a lot of guilt with themselves based on the things they've done, which lowers their self-esteem, self-inflictedly.
Yes.
And so, transparent moment.
Yes.
My esteem was lowered. As much as I consider myself a consummate father, if nothing else,
Yeah.
my esteem was lowered over the process of time because I'm hustling all the time.
Yeah.
Always working, always. And so I'm spending time with my kids when I can, but I'm always imparting into them. And you never think that your words stick. You spoke about legacy. So I'm going to share something. I'm not going to say which son wrote me this, but I'm going to share something
Absolutely.
that one of my children sent to me just on Monday that literally put me into tears. And I shared it with a couple of people that were close to me. He said, "Good morning, Dad. Happy Monday. Just wanted to say I remember asking you earlier last year what book you had learned from the most and what book encouraged you in life. You told me it was As a Man Thinketh. Since reading that book for the first time, I've gone down a rabbit hole of literature, philosophy, and media that has brought me to full circle back to my faith. A few months ago, when we stood together at the front of the church, at the altar, that was the first clear moment I've had in my life where I really felt God was showing me my path from there on out. Just wanted to say thank you for everything, Dad. I know we haven't gotten to talk about everything, but I know you haven't had the easiest life. I've watched you struggle, I've watched you press. But through that, you still managed to become a successful business owner, amazing father, pastor of a growing church, and mentor to 3 sons. I'm sure there have been many, many times life pushed you to the breaking point, mentally, spiritually, and I've watched you been pushed physically. I've witnessed so much that you have done, and I've gleaned so much from you. Dad, I love you, and I never told you, but you're my biggest inspiration. And your story of triumph, I've been able to map out, from your story of triumph, I've been able to map out what I've gathered as a testament of true strength. Thank you, Dad. I will never give up on anything I'm seeking to accomplish.
My God.
That was so powerful.
It shook my foundation that day.
Sure.
Well, that's the foundation you built.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Yeah.
And see, that pastor's setting that foundation,
Yeah.
that his son will never, ever be the same after that text. Mm-hmm. Really, he was, before he sent the text, it was already set.
Oh, yeah.
And
he felt it to text it.
That's right. And it's when you have, and so many men fathers are not in their life, this to be clear, but the ones that are,
yeah,
that foundation will never be broken.
Right.
It'll never be broken. And I think that's very important it's good for fathers to just get some recognition for their hard work.
Yeah.
Not on Father's Day. That don't count.
Yeah.
That don't count. I don't think that's really meaningful.
I think it's a click at some point where the children realize, but it's once you become a parent, right? I don't know if your son that takes that is a parent or not, but it's once you become a parent, it's like, oh, I know what my parent was doing, right? Yeah. It's like, I got to understand that they weren't leaving me, avoiding me, escaping me, but trying to provide for me. And every parent is not the providing parent that get up and go to the clock based on the colonized way, right? Everybody not going, I got to be at work at 8. They say I take a break at 12 and then I'm back, right? Everybody's not like that.
Right.
So when you see your parents shuffling and muffling and moving and hustling and doing stuff, the mind would say they're avoiding me or neglecting me.
Right.
But then they eventually see, oh, this is what you was working on. Right? Oh, this was the outcome or the outpour of this. But it has to click.
Yeah.
Because you then have these blended families where the children are pawned like the chess piece. And somebody wants them to be a part of the child support court.
Exactly.
And negate and neglect, right?
Right.
That this father doesn't want you. No, I'm just trying to figure it out.
I want to also impart something that Pastor Des just said. She said, self-awareness will cast out low self-esteem.
Absolutely. So you have to be self-aware of who you are and why you're going through what you did. And just ownership and accountability. Because a lot of times the stuff that we do that lowers our self-esteem, first it starts with ourselves. Because you got to be authentic.
That's correct.
Right? You can't keep lying to yourself and expect other people not to lie to you too. You got to be authentic.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
Right? So you find yourself trying to be the mask wearer, right? You can't wear the mask and take the mask off.
Right.
Like which one you going to do?
That's right.
Because you're going to confuse yourself because you're going to forget who you're supposed to be.
Right.
Right? I got the mask on today. Oh, I don't want to wear it to borrow.
Right.
I think, whatever. It's like, it's
You're
come
creating
on.
a split personality.
Yeah, because then you're going to confuse yourself.
Yeah, you're creating
And then now you expect the people that, you confuse yourself, but you expect those that run into you not to be confused?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
That actually confused me right then.
Yeah, self-awareness is like, one day I'm this person, but
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, leave the mask on the nightstand one day.
That's right.
Come outside authentically you.
And you may like what you see.
Yeah.
You may like
Because
what
you're
you
going to
see.
free yourself from all the baggage that you've been carrying that you think somebody's paying attention to, right? Any more comments in the comment section? We got any comments we want to answer to?
So, Dr. Williams, what do you think the most from your side of the spectrum? Because you've taught, you've trained, and you've helped men and women. But on the men's side, what do you think is the most rarely talked about issue that men deal with?
Guilt.
Guilt.
Guilt is very rare. Men don't want to talk about the guilt they hold on themselves.
Right.
Men don't want to talk about the guilt that they get from others based on what pre-expectation a person had set for them. Men come into relationships and they try to be the provider, the person that
Protector.
they believe somebody wants them to be in a relationship, and then they lose themselves out the gate. Once they've lost themselves to be put into this position, in this home, in this relationship, they then try to find themselves and the guilt kicks in because they should have never lost themselves. You got to come in relationships being 100% you and letting your mate, whoever that is, be 100% them. And the moment it shifts, the next person you can relate it to is your mama. And once you relate it to your mama, it get kind of weird because you be intimate with your person that you having a relationship with. But the only other woman that's really hurt your feelings is your mama.
And they say a man chooses a woman according to how he felt and what he saw in his mother.
Absolutely. But lately, a lot of men have just picked the wrong people. Let's just be clear. And they've picked the wrong people because they picked them before the healed portion of their childhood traumas. So a lot of men went into relationships holding the childhood traumas, finding themselves in the midst of these blended families because they totally just laid down with the wrong person. And then next thing you know, they got a little semi-family. But it didn't work. Then they go from that person to that person to that person. And nobody wants the other side of the bed to be pillows. But also you can't have if the pillows on the other side of the bed has a better conversation with you than the person you arguing with every day, keep the pillows on the other side of the bed.
Or your remote.
Yeah, can I say this?
Yes.
Touching on a few things that you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
As men, and David can attest to this. Well, let me first deal with what I know of women, and I'm quite qualified because I have so many sisters, and I've been married, and yeah. So we go. Women are practicing for that life young.
Yes.
They have easy bake ovens.
Yeah.
They have Ken and Barbie dolls.
Yeah.
By the time they're 12, they're saying what they want their husband to look like. He gonna have a mole, and he gonna have a low haircut with the waves going in a circle. They already practicing.
Yeah.
As men, when we were boys, they gave us a ball, put us in the backyard, told us to shut up and don't cry.
That's right. That's
And
right.
then we find ourselves in marriage trying to share space, trying to communicate, things we were never accustomed in doing. And as a result, we walk into what I call being the 4 Ps. We're supposed to be the priest, the prophet, the protector, and the provider. Each one carries a different responsibility. The priest, because God holds you responsible to cover your home.
Okay.
The prophet, because you're supposed to speak future into your home.
Yes.
And that keeps things, or keeps you guys linked.
Okay.
And then the other 2 are self-explanatory, the provider and the protector.
Right.
You're trying to be something that you hadn't had any practice being. And that's why I tell people, because you spoke on it a second ago, I tell people all the time, people who are wanting to get married, get counseling first.
Absolutely.
Before you ask anyone to marry you, before you accept anyone's proposal, get counseling first. Know thine own self, and then get to know the person you're talking about linking up with.
Absolutely. That's profound.
that's
Like
profound.
individual and then together. Everybody before they even get, and I say it for people in our families. Like I was just saying this, that you see me speaking on a video the other day, and I was looking at the video, and I said, people said, well, Doc, what are you telling the married couples? And I said, I be telling them to date again.
Right.
Because God didn't ordain that. Y'all just in it. And the wives, preferably, y'all did all of this. Y'all had this big old wet, pretty old dress. And you did all of that for that one day. Sis, once you take that dress off, you no longer the bride. You're not a wife.
Wow.
And you got to shift into wife mode, right? When he take that tux off, he's no longer the groom. He got to switch into husband mode. And y'all still want the wedding day. And the wedding day is over.
Let's be clear.
Right? That's over with. But what happens is you did it all for the audience. Now y'all at the home by yourself. Who am I? Who are you? We don't even know you. We did this for them invitations.
Right.
Because you wanted the ring, you all of that. So the marriages are declining. The last 5 years, marriages have just totally declined. There's been a small spike of them going back up, but the mental health of people just saying to themselves through COVID, a lot of people spent time through COVID recognizing, I don't like these people in my house.
Yeah.
What am I doing? I'm normally away from the house 8 to 10 hours of the day, and now we can't move around. I got to look at you. I got to see you. Then they realize, oh, and my side pieces, I can't go see no more. Hold on, this ain't working. So now it declined. No, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah, that's real authentically the truth.
That's the truth.
And so now they had to face what they ran from. And when they had to face it, they realized, I probably should have never even married this person.
Well, Doc, you know what? And as you were talking, it kind of hit me. A lot of the men didn't see that structure of marriage coming up. They didn't see the father and the mother in the same home, because I don't know the percentage, and I used to be a little sharper with the percentage, but so many men grew up in a single family home.
Yeah.
And some of those families that there were two parents in, they seen a lot of abuse.
Yeah.
They seen their father consistently beating their mother.
Or someone.
Or someone, their girlfriend, or whatever that looks like. So when you said the guilt, that comes down through a generation.
Oh, yeah.
So now the son is feeling guilty because he feels like he's the reason his mother and father are not together. So now he goes into a relationship with the guilt, seeing the abuse with the abuse, seeing the disrespect. And now that relationship, after the marriage, wedding dresses took off, is full of nothing but trauma, because all he knows is he thinks when he whoops her, he means he loves her. When he curses her out, he's disrespectful. But his mother accepted that, not condoning what her dad did.
Right.
But men, they follow the trait of their parents in some form.
Oh, yeah, it's blood and day. Like, it's innate. It's in the bloodline.
Yeah,
Right? And trauma is taken where the body goes.
exactly.
The house that you walk into doesn't remove the trauma. The trauma goes with the body and the mind that carries it.
Clearly.
Right? And I always say, I use you as an example all the time. I tell people all the time how profound that you come from, the family, your praying mother, your father, and your,
Thank you.
people don't even know when I first met Dave years ago, he saw his brother. His brother walked in the room, and he was like, hey, Tony. And I was like, Dave, who's that? And he was like, that's my brother. And I was like, your real brother? He was like, yeah. I'm like, well, y'all ain't saw each other in a while? And he was like, no, I just saw him yesterday. And I was like, that's how y'all greet each other?
Yeah.
Unheard of.
Every day to this day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right?
And I see him every day.
And it's unheard of because so many families have separated from that childhood house.
Yeah.
And so much so that they don't even like each other.
Yeah.
So your family has set this precedence of what family should be. And when you like, oh, we all got together for Christmas or we all got together for that, it's so admirable. But it shows how your legacy won't go with Trey. Trey ain't gonna know. Him and Ariel never have a disconnect, right? It's just it won't happen.
Yeah.
So it's the guilt that people have is something that I'm asking. I'm saying, and Pastor, we got to pray on this year. Is asking God to help people remove the unnecessary guilt that they hold from their childhood because no one taught them really how to release some of the stuff they were given just by the bloodline.
That's right.
Right?
That's
So
right.
we walking around mad about stuff in our 40s and 50s. It's time to let it go.
Clear.
It's time to walk into your destiny and your prophetic name that created who you are. And it would diminish, it has to diminish some of the things the men are holding.
Yes.
Like it has to, because no one's name was created and it has your name is Bobby, and Bobby's name is Trauma, and Bobby's
Killer,
supposed to be a killer.
Yeah, you're right.
No,
It don't work
God
like
ain't
that.
created no one that way.
Right.
So I think this is a great segue into teaching people that you just need to do this. Go ahead.
It's amazing that you say that because biblically, parents would name their children based on what they were going through.
Wow.
They would name their children or based on the events surrounding their birth.
That's profound.
Jabez was a person, and Jabez's name meant causes pain, or he causes pain, or sorrowful.
Wow.
And as a result, he asked the Lord to increase him, to enlarge his territory, to enlarge his coast, because every time his name was spoken,
Yeah.
pain was spoken.
Wow.
So it's crazy that you would say that, and then you look at Jacob. Jacob's name meant trickster and liar
Wow.
until he wrestled with God, and God changed his name to Israel, which means one who has peace with God.
Wow.
So there is a
Profound.
lot in the name. I know we just went back a little bit to talking about names.
No,
but there
really.
is a
No,
lot
that's real.
in the name.
It's so amazing. I promise you, that's a series. I'm taking it. The next couple of speeches I got, I'm preparing, and I'm thinking the room is gonna be full, like I did the 5 L's of life last year. I always want to close out with that because I think every day someone should put some focus on what life actually adheres to, and that's love. Who and what do you actually love? Focus on that, right? Losses. What have you lost? Who have you lost that has been an intricate part of your life? Lessons. What lessons have you learned from things in your life? Loyalty. Who and what are you loyal to? What do you get up every day and you just got to put some focus on? And the last is legacy. What is it all for? Who is it all for? And if every day you get up and you focus on those 5 L's, love, loss, lessons, loyalty, and legacy, you'll find your perspective on what your morals and values should be attached to. You'll find that your name is profound and prophetically attached to a destiny. You will find that you're just not who they just called you because that's who your parents named you. You'll find that there's greatness in your name. You don't have to hold the guilt. You don't have to hold the shame. You don't have to let the triggers derive your decisions. You have to now pick up and say, enough is enough.
That's right.
I'm taking this year and I'm going to learn who I am, and I'm going to help myself be around more people who's going to help me find myself, and I'm going to go into a different perspective.
Yes.
I think men have to understand. Get into a men's group. Women, get into a women's group. Or just come to Victory Worship Center.
Yeah, just get here.
Just hang out with us
Yeah,
here.
just get here.
You can't lose. But get yourself into some space in a circle where people can help you understand what you're going through. Okay.
I want to thank everybody that came online. I am Pastor Tony Roberts of the Victory Worship Center Church. This is Dr. Cynthia Williams, and this is her baby.
Yes.
Love from Afar Cafe, Love from Afar Recovery Cafe. This is Minister David Pirtle. I know you can't applaud in the sanctuary, but you can applaud at home for this conversation and this setting. We're just thankful to have them and to have her as a ministry gift, to have Minister David as a ministry gift here at Victory Worship Center. We will be back here on the 29th of January. That is Thursday after next. We want you to join in with us. We want for you to invite others to join, tag people when we come on, and let people know we are here in the house. And just for future reference, the doors are open. You can actually come in and be a part of this.
For free.
For free. For free. We want to say God bless you. We love you, and we will see you, some of you, on this Sunday at 10 a.m. The rest of you next Thursday after next on the 29th. God bless you. We love you. Good night.
Good night.